This morning on The Dish, acclaimed chef Alon Shaya. Born in Israel, he grew up in Philadelphia and loved helping his mother cook. Then a high school home ec teacher spotted his talent and encouraged him to make cooking a career. After training as a chef and jobs around the country, he opened his namesake, Shaya, in New Orleans.
It was an instant hit, winning James Beard Awards for Best New Restaurant and Best Chef in the South. Now he's opened Saba in New Orleans and this summer opened Safta in Denver. And he's out with his first cookbook, Shaya, An Odyssey of Food, My Journey Back to Israel.
Alon Shaya joins us here. Welcome.
Hi, Erin.
And congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thanks so much for having me.
Walk us through what we're seeing. It looks incredible. It smells incredible.
Yes, we'll start on this side of the table.
Okay.
We have everything Burekas. It's a crispy pastry stuffed with feta cheese and everything bagel spice. Lutenitsa, which is a roasted pepper and eggplant spread. Fried chicken with za'atar spice on top. Oof. Here we have Israeli couscous with summer vegetables and tomato. Of course, hummus with tahini and pita bread. And then you can't finish without the yogurt pound cake with cardamom and extra virgin olive oil.
No, you cannot.
I want to talk about teachers play a critical role in your life and in your career.
Yeah.
Starting with this home economics teacher, what happened?
Yeah, Donna Barnett. She really kind of saw this this thing in me that most other people weren't seeing at the time, and she saw that I had a really a strong passion and talent for cooking. I was kind of a screwed up kid. I was getting into a lot of trouble, hanging out with the wrong crowd, getting in trouble with the police, involved in drugs. And Donna really took a risk with me and said that she was going to put her name behind me and say, I'm going to get you a job at a restaurant. I'm going to recommend you to go work somewhere. And she did that and followed up and stayed a part of my life and my growth up till this day.
And you were born in Israel, moved to Philadelphia at 4 years old. What was that transition like? And how early did you start cooking? Were you in the kitchen as a child?
Yeah, at 4 years old, we came to America, and by 5, my parents were divorced. And so my mother was raising my sister and I on her own and having to cook for the whole family. She was then working 2 jobs, and then I found myself cooking for the whole family. So even in 2nd grade, there's a story in the book that talks about how I ran into my 2nd grade teacher at the grocery store while I was shopping for dinner, and how impressed she was that I was there, buying groceries.
By yourself?
By myself. Today, my mom probably would have been arrested for letting me go grocery shopping on my own. But back then, it was just a very normal thing, and it was how we kind of made it as a family, and we all pitched in. And
tell me about the recipes that you've come up with, because it's not really a cookbook. This is a memoir of your life and experiences you've had. So how do we see that here?
Yeah, the book really is a series of short stories that are in chronological order, and it talks about my life and all of these things. Immigration, it talks about divorce, it talks about getting in trouble with drugs, with being inspired by teachers, and then finding my dream. And from each one of these stories come recipes, and the recipes really blossom from the stories. So as you read, you think, oh my gosh, like Hurricane Katrina just happened, and there's New Orleans is underwater, and there's a fried chicken recipe that comes from that story, and it's all about tying the food back to the stories.
So we have a tradition here on CBS This Morning Saturday. We'd love for you to sign this dish.
Oh my gosh, I'd be honored.
You could share this delicious meal with anyone, past or present. Who would it be?
It would be my grandmother. It would. She really is the one that inspired me to fall in love with food, and I feel like I really hit my stride with cooking after she had passed. So I would love for her to come and see a lot of the recipes that she taught me on the table here today.
Good choice.
And is one of your restaurants named after her?
Yeah, well, Saba is in New Orleans, which means grandfather, and Safta we're opening in Denver, which means grandmother.
Right.
Love that.
Awesome.
Chef Alon Shaya, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For more on Chef Shaya and the dish, head to our website at cbsthismorning.com.